Now that Ben Reilly knows that his entire career as Spider-Man under Beyond has been a lie, what will happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Amazing Spider-Man number 86 and find out together, shall we? Alrighty then, so at the end of the previous issue, Ben Reilly found out, courtesy of Dr. Octopus, that the Beyond Corporation has actually been psychologically conditioning him the whole time he's been working for them. Needless to say, he does not take this revelation well at all and decides to lash out at the next supervillain he's sent to deal with, a real D-list loser by the name of Hellbomb. And why yes, those are indeed bombs on his costume, and yes, Ben is punching them without a care in the world, even though doing so ends up almost burning down this 100-plus-year-old New York building. For his outburst, Ben is forced to take another emergency session with psychiatrist Dr. Kafka, and it's pretty slow going. Ben doesn't know if he can actually trust her, and even if he could, it's not exactly like he's in a real trusting mood right now. We do learn actually at the end of the previous issue that Ben didn't keep this information about Beyond to himself. He was sure to take Ock's stolen drive and give it to Janie for safekeeping, but she herself isn't exactly sure if she wants to shatter the illusion of this beautiful new life they've built together since the book began. Ultimately, Kafka is able to get Ben to open up about what's eating him by saying that even though she's working for Beyond, she isn't exactly with them. She only took the job under the condition that she would have full autonomy. And it's here where all the big bombshells start dropping. You see, Ben isn't particularly upset at the idea that Beyond thought that he was morally malleable, needed to please people, and was ultimately more weak-willed than the original Spider-Man. No, his problem is that all of that is actually very true, his darkest, deepest demons that he deals with every day. Kafka can relate, saying that this is a very common set of afflictions usually found amongst clones, but wait, Ben is shocked to say, how does Kafka know he's a clone? He hasn't told anyone. And you know what, at first I thought this was actually one giant glaring continuity error, but for once it isn't. Kafka reveals that she is indeed a clone too, one created by Ben during his time as the Jackal. Ben doesn't remember his supervillainous activity though, because Beyond deleted all those memories from his mind, figuring that all that trauma and baggage wouldn't be good for their brand new corporately mandated superhero project. Oh, but wait, there's more. You'll remember that VR head device that Kafka was using to try and help Ben with his psychological issues? Well, it seems that she was also using it to try and repair the memories that Beyond deleted. Because you see, as clones, their core memories are very important to their whole being. They are their own people, but their memories, the things that make them who they are built on the back of someone else's. And you can't just simply go around getting rid of these memories willy-nilly like Maxine Danger and Beyond have been doing, lest you end up risking said clone end up completely breaking down. This explains why Ben has been having all these horrifying visions with darkened, sunken faces. You also won't be surprised to find out either that Maxine Danger lied to Kafka and she's actually been spying on Ben's therapy sessions since they began, and now because Ben is getting way too close to the truth, it's time to step on in and alter his memories once again. Janie also ends up looking inside the flash drive, finding out that everything Ben said was true, but also uncovering the truth about the UFOs and Peter Parker's attack. Knowing that she can't trust Beyond anymore, she plans to break out of her gilded cage by taking Marcus hostage with a knife. And I mean, hey, she's killed before, right? She's been to prison. And if Janie's gonna have to cut a punk, Janie's just gonna cut a punk. Marcus better be careful or she's gonna be selling him for Zuzus and Wham Whams out on the yard. As the comic comes to a close, Maxine Danger and her scientists once again begin to delete memories from Ben's mind, starting with the Doc Ock-based revelations of the last few days. But before they know it, Ben's mind starts jumping around to all sorts of different memories, including a very important foundation of his entire being, the day that he first met Peter Parker back during the most original clone story. With that memory deleted as the comic comes to a close, Ben ends up getting completely lost in his own subconscious. And so that was Amazing Spider-Man issue number 86, everybody, and I'm happy to say that Zeb Wells really managed to have this storyline bounce back when I didn't think it could, following that Doc Ock two-parter that left me a little cold. This story succeeds mainly because of its strong character focus, as well as paying off several different hanging storylines that have been here since the Beyond arc began. I specifically like how this story builds on stuff that came before. You may not love Clone Conspiracy, but they actually end up giving Dr. Kafka a hell of a big moment here, trying to help Ben, even though he was a person who did did so much evil to her and the other clones. There's also something wonderfully metatextual about Beyond this evil corporation just deleting and throwing away parts they didn't like about their brand new Spider-Man just to make him fit better as a hero. In fact, I dare say this story seems to promise that at the end of it all, Ben may actually come out the other end completely changed, maybe something different than he's ever been before. And that's certainly the kind of carrot on a stick that would keep me reading and chugging along, which is why I would actually give this one an 8 out of 10, and I hope it can keep up this momentum moving forward. I can also see why Zeb Wells is the guy they've chosen to shepherd Spider-Man into the next generation following this Beyond story.
Hey there everyone, Kate Joel again, and I just want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. It means a lot to me. And hey, if you enjoyed the book I covered in this issue and want some comics of your own, might I recommend Book Depository? It's my #1 place for shopping for comic book trades. You get a great price, and if you use my link down in the description, you'll actually be helping me out at the same time. You get something, I get something, everybody wins, right? So until next time everyone, I've been Joel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.